صلاة الله سلام الله على طه رسول الله صلاة الله سلام الله على ياسين حبيب الله على ياسين حبيب الله.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله وكفى والسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وأصحابه وبارك وسلم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy upon us is so great. Allahu Akbar. We spoke previously about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy upon us as the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And we've just got to look around in our lives, in our societies, in our dunya, how great the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is upon us. Everywhere where we look, we see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's rahmah, and we see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's favor and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy upon us. But today I want to speak about two major signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy upon us. And this two that we have is because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves us, and because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to bestow His mercy and His favor upon us. And what is that? One of the major signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or the greatest sign of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy upon us, are the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All the prophets, all the anbiya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the greatest being Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That is the greatest sign of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy. Allah sent all His various prophets through the centuries to different groups of people, to different nations, to different qawms. But the one Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, who is the greatest of all prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent him as rahmatan lil alameen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent him as an embodiment of rahmah. And he, the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, is the greatest rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the type of rahmah that was displayed by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the greatest rahmah that was ever witnessed on this dunya. There has never been any greater displays of mercy and compassion on the dunya as was displayed by Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We just have to look at Taif, what happened at Taif, how they chased the Prophet ﷺ, they pelted the Prophet ﷺ with stones. And when he was presented with the opportunity by the angels to crush the people of Taif between the mountains, Rasulullah ﷺ said, do not do this to them, because maybe some of the offspring, some of their generation to come might read the kalima of La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah ﷺ. At the time of Fath Makkah, when the kuffar thought that the Prophet ﷺ was going to exact revenge upon them, what did Rasulullah ﷺ say to them at that time? What did the Prophet ﷺ say to all of them when they all thought that the Muslims was going to take revenge upon them for all their persecutions of the Muslims, for all the torturing of the Muslims, for all the harm and the hurt that they caused the Muslims while the Muslims were in Makkah al-Mukarramah? On that day, they thought they were finished. But on that day, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam stood up, and my Nabi and your Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to them that today I say to you what my brother Yusuf alayhi salam said to his brothers, La tathriba alaykum al-yawm, that I have no qualms with you today, I have no issue, I have no problems with you today. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam forgave them all despite what they did to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And there are so many other examples in the history of Islam, in the biography, in the seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, where this beautiful compassion and the mercy of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was displayed. And when you see this and read this and understand this, then you will realize that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam is the ultimate proof that there is an Allah Rasulullah is the proof that there is in Allah, because how can a man be so merciful? How can a man be so compassionate? There definitely must be a creator to this man who created him in this way. Allahu Akbar. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the greatest proof of the existence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Subhanallah, subhanallah. So this is one of the major signs that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves us. And the other major sign is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent us the glorious Quran Sharif. This is the other sign that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala displays His mercy upon us. A guide, a clear proof, a light, a way in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks to us. When we open the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is speaking to us. Allah has explained everything to us in this Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us this constitution. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us this code of life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us this way of life, a system of operation, a system of how we are supposed to operate. Everything has been given to us by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it was explained and illustrated by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was demonstrated to us in person by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, expounded on by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So these mercies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Prophet alayhi salatu wasallam, and the Quran, these mercies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they shape our lives. They make us into the people whom we are. If we do not follow the Quran, if we do not obey the Quran, and if we do not follow Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then we are directionless. We are like wild and lost animals, because we will not know how to differentiate between what is right and what is wrong, what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. So this is what shapes us. This is what makes us who we are and how we are, and the type and the caliber of people that we are. And this is what takes us to close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy is so great that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy is continuously calling you. So let us move to the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide and protect us all, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Salatullah, salamullah ala taha rasulillah. Salatullah, salamullah ala yasin habibillah. Ala yasin habibillah.